Good late afternoon. How is everyone doing today? Welcome to another edition of my 5D Secret Garden, where not only can we keep a secret, but we are the best kept secret in all of YouTube Tarot, brother. And the numbers don't lie. So it is what it is. So I'm just going to follow up on certain things because, you know, these karmic energies can feel the shift. Not only can the DMs feel the shift, but the karmic energies can feel it, okay? Because the karmics now understand, you know, maybe at one time they thought that the DF was over here pining, like all upset, like, oh, like, I wish I was with the DM. Oh, I wish I was the karmic. I wish I were them. That's what they this is what their goal was. This is what they wanted. This was like, that would have satisfied them. That would have gave them. But now they're like, they see that us, we're about as happy with our DM. You, the viewer, all of us, we're about as happy with our DM as we are with a bad meal at a, you know, one of our favorite restaurants. You know what I mean? It's like, the server, hey, how's everybody doing? Everything good? We're like, well, you know, rarely do I complain, but it's like, but I'm really just, you know, I'm really not enjoying this meal, you know? So now it's up to them to make this right, okay? So what are they going to do and this is as the server? So they have to, you know, we're a customer, we come here all the time, we're, you know, we're a VIP to you, okay? We're like your other half, okay? We're like the other half of your soul. So what are you going to do here to, you know, make this up to us? Like, we would still like something. Do you have a recommendation on what you can get us that would, you know, counteract this particular meal that I didn't enjoy it? I'm very sorry, I just really didn't enjoy it. So it's like almost like, you know, somebody told me to get it, and, you know, it's like they say such good things about these twin flames. They say such great things about this journey and this counterparts, but I'm just really not enjoying it too much. So maybe go get me a surf and turf, okay? How about that, brother? Okay, now get out of here. So that's the way it goes when I'm talking to the DM. I'm not talking to an actual server. I'm talking to the DM, okay? I would never talk to a server like that, trust me. But, so to make it up for us, the DM, you must bring us a surf and turf, okay? 12-ounce filet, 8-ounce lobster tail, or perhaps maybe whatever, something like that. Because we didn't like the bullshit that we got this last time. This was not enjoyable, because rarely do we complain, but right now we are. So we are not having a good time with our DMs. Okay, so the DM knows that we're at that point where it's just like, whatever, dude, like we don't care. It's like, if it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. We're at that level. So that's a great way, guys. I'm happy that I'm so proud of you that you got to that point where you're just like, whatever, dude. Like, I'm not even going to sit here and, you know, yeah, I at one time may have fantasized about this person. You probably fantasized about this person, thinking about a life together, just believing that it was going to happen, blind faith, and then you just become disappointed, and you're just like, all right, you know, eventually you're going to get to that point in your head where you're just like, this is not what I want, especially when you're a high priestess and you know exactly what's going on. So you'll see that your DM right now, because of the shift, now is feeling very low energy, okay? So they're not knowing why. People see them like this, okay? So there's going to be a lot of, you know, characters around that see all this, that, you know, have bits and pieces, know bits and pieces of the story. You're going to have your main character, karmic people that are also seeing this, and they're going to be like, what's going on now? You know what I mean? So basically, them seeing them like that shows that they're pining for us now, okay? This is going to be that they're going to go into the chaser mentality, and we're going to go into the runner, because now they're learning what it's like not to have our energy, because they thought that was their energy when we were like wanted to be with them so bad, and we were just like, you know, willing to wait for them, and, you know, we were. I don't care what any of you say. There's a lot of you out there that you were not going to say, oh, if you were waiting, okay, and then they would go by, your birthday would come, Valentine's Day would come, Christmas, you're like, I knew they were going to do something. And then every single time, what happened? Nothing. You know why nothing happened? It's because you were taking that, you were giving them the energy to that. They're not going to do what you want. They want the energy. They're over there trying to have a good time, live it up over there with our energy. They were told that they're going to be famous. You know, they're hanging around with rich people, You know, they have, you know, karmic feminine surround them, the parading around, while the divine feminine, you, the viewer, is down and out. Somebody did some betrayal to you, you're depressed, and then you got your DM fucking parading around with a karmic feminine, some Queen of Wands witch, like they're a fucking regular Ozzy and Harriet or some shit. Whatever that means. Is that a saying? I don't know why I just said that. Ozzy and Harriet. So perhaps your name's Ozzy and Harriet. I don't, but you know, perhaps that's your Ozzy is your DM and you're Harriet, I guess, if you're watching this. Or it could be the other way around. You know, I mean, Ozzy could be the divine feminine. So sorry for that. But basically, they see the karmic energy. So this read's going to basically be about the karmic energy seeing that the DM is sad over the DF. Okay, so what this does is show that they are not in control. The karmics are not going to panic over this. They are going to berate the DM because of this. They're going to do so many bad things that are going to start to attack the DF because of this. They're going to blame the DF for this person being sad, that we did this to them, we made them like this. Most of us probably haven't talked to our DMs in probably years, okay? So you're going to tell us that it's us now? How the fuck is it my fault? You haven't heard from me. You ain't seen me unless you're looking to see me. So DF don't want to hear that bullshit. You're not going to say, oh yeah, the DF did this. No, you didn't even talk to us. You have not seen us. You know nothing of us. All you know is what you could find out by asking about us. You know nothing else. If you even know about this YouTube video stuff in my Instagram, then that means that you are stalking my stuff. Stalking our stuff, okay? Stalking the DF. If you know about things that DF's doing that are not, you know, being put out there, you're not like putting your business out there, and somehow these people that you haven't talked to in years know what you're doing, that's interesting to me. You know what I'm saying? Because then I got to take a look at this and say, well, how the fuck did you find my stuff? If you say I was a kook, I'm a nut, you know what I mean? This guy don't know what he's talking about, but you obviously want to know what I'm talking about, though. So let's get this started, okay? Did enough talking here. Let's see what we got. So 10 of Cups in reverse. Exactly what I just said. So you have a DM that's depressed, that's in this shattered dream, 10 of Cups, you know, energy, looking over at whatever they picked over their DF, whatever, you know, it's not always have to be relationships. This doesn't always have to be like a witch or somebody else or some other woman or man. It doesn't have to be that. It could be like they picked their job, or they picked their, you know, business, or if they, you know, picked like a friend, you know what I mean? There's always going to be something they picked over you, okay? That's what's called a third party. Doesn't necessarily mean it's like a sexual relation. Doesn't mean that, but it most likely does. But whatever, who gives a fuck? Because at the end of the day, they were using energy from your sexual energy. That was your sexual energy, whatever that was. So now these people are in a 10 of Cups in reverse. So that tells me that they're not having a good time in the 10 of Cups reverse. This tells me that whatever it was, this karmic feminine is looking at our DM, sees them visibly sad, low energy, now believes, okay, they're sad because of DM. They do have some intuition. They intuitively believe that. So what they do now is they confront the DM. I know you're thinking about him, because these karmic feminines know, our doppelgangers know what we're doing, okay? They know that we're on here talking like this. They just don't know if our DMs see it or not. Do you know what I mean? They know because the energy shifts. So now they're like, okay, they see. So they're going to confront, we haven't talked to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Our DMs and we know we have not talked to them. We cannot talk to them unless we're healed. I mean, there's no other, this can't happen. So until our DM is healed and we're fully healed, we cannot have a reunion. So we did not speak to these people. You know what I'm saying? So this karmic feminine now will come to this person and like accuse them of being with the DF and blah, blah, blah. And I know you're doing this because you're sad, you missed them. I know, you know what I mean? So basically, they just create whatever happening because of their, you know, insecurities, because they see that this person's sad now because we're not, you know, pining for them now. Okay, now they don't have that feeling. Like, it's like they had that feeling, oh, I know DF will be there. I know, I'll listen, I know I want to go back to them, but it might be a little difficult. I'm going to hold it. I know it'll be there. But once that, because they still feel the energy. That's how they know. It's not like they're just, you know, like they know because the energy's still there. They still know we loved them. They still know we would have dropped anything. They still knew we were probably single and stuff. They probably thought we weren't talking to people. And, you know, most of us weren't. Because most of us were celibate. We're divine feminists. We're loyal. We don't go fucking around. Guy or no guy, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, doesn't mean because you're a guy you have to go fuck everybody. That's not how it works. Like, girls are like that too. Girls could be sluts and be like, you know, like act like a guy. I mean, so it's not like, you know, but we as divine feminists, male or female, do not carry ourselves with that, you know, promiscuous nature, okay? And that's a fact. Like, so I don't care what anybody says. I ain't going out there just going banging any random person. And, you know, and if you are, hey, no disrespect, no, you know, no judgment. It's just not my thing. So whatever. So if they were having whatever on our energy, now they're not. It's a 10 of cups in reverse, because this person knows that the DM, now the energy is shifting. Now that's when they're going to start wanting to chase this energy now. So it's like almost like they may get sent over by this person, actually may send them this karmic feminine energy, may actually put this. Keep that in mind if your DM does come back to you. So keep that in mind, that they may be still under this person's spell, but I don't think that God will allow that. So what I would think is they're just going to, you know, they're just going to have to go. They're going to pull it. They're just going to, you know, pull the plug on this whole thing and come back to you. Because the last reading we had showed that the DM was going to bring an Ace of Cups. It was a very good reading. Check my last read out. You would really enjoy it. I'm telling you, it was on point like a motherfucker. Okay, 7 of Pentacles. This actually came out last read too. So this is just the hard work, or 2 reads ago. It shows that we're a hardworking, perseverant, diligent, showing results, investing in ourselves, while our DM is in this 10 of Cups in reverse energy. And the reason why they're in it is because we never gave up. We never gave up. We stayed in this. We didn't care how low we were. We still stayed in the 7 of Pentacles energy. Maybe working a job that wasn't good enough. Just working our way back up the ladder. Not, you know, complaining. Just kept going, kept building, kept building, kept building. And that is why we never went under. And this person now is in the 10 of Cups in reverse energy, because they see what we overcame now. Okay, what they put us through, our DMs put us through hell, little hell, okay, and we came back from it. So that makes them feel like, what the fuck is this person? You know what I mean? So now they feel like that would have destroyed them or anybody, and like all these karmic energies feel like, oh, wow, if that happened to me, I would, you know, but that's because you're a karmic, you know what I mean? Like, you're not a divine being, so you're not gonna be able to handle this stuff. Like, you're not supposed to be able to handle this. That's why you're just whatever you are, and you're going to be, you know, sent back to hell to never be seen or heard from again. Actually, what I'm going to do is introduce you to heaven and then send you back to hell to never be seen or heard from again, just so you know what it's like, the difference. So basically, that's the whole reason with this whole situation, is that our DM had to see that we're the real deal, okay? Because basically they're going what we were saying on face value. So basically, you can't really fault them on this. You know what I'm saying? Like, they deserve some, what's it called? Some, not all, but some, they should get a little, I can't even think of the word. It's like where you're like, let them off the hook a little bit. You know what I mean? Give them, because you know it ain't all them. You know they didn't come up with this. You know they were forced into this. You know they had people around them that probably had their boss or this or mom or dad, you know what I mean, that controlled them. Like, so they got pushed into this. It was very fucked up, the whole situation, guys. So give your DM a break. That's the way. Maybe that was the right, break. Give them a break. Not saying, but here's the thing: you cannot save them from this. They are going to have to go through this tower. Okay, they're going to end up losing everything, but you cannot save them from it. They have to just deal and then come back the way we are. That's the only way that this could work, is because they didn't help us, okay? And that was more just by design. We didn't need their help, but still, they didn't help us. So there was no need for us to help them right now. So if they created this mess, they could get themselves out of it, just like we did. Okay? If you're as good as we are, then you'll get yourself out of it. You thought we weren't good enough for you, right, DM? But we're actually thinking you're not good enough for us, okay? Because of what we overcame. And you over there crying, because you're scared of karmic energy. So don't ever in your life think that you're better than DF, okay, guys? DMs, don't ever in your life think that. Okay, that illusion is shattered now. We know who the real deal is here. And you're looking at them, okay? And you're looking at yourself in the mirror too. People, like I'm gonna say, it's not just me, it's you, it's all everybody. So I hate to sound like just trying to do it in a way like where I represent it or something. Where it's like, this is you, though. I'm talking about you. Okay, YouTube. Because you're going to get a 4 of Wands here, brother. I already told you this. Like, We know what's going on. Our hard work, our determination, diligence, perseverance, just being a diligent Queen of Cups really, really was just, you know, it was amazing. You know, just overall amazing. It's like, how does this person go? How does this poor DF go through all this stuff? They still come back. They want to work hard. They still want to love. They still want to be the best version of themselves. And they still love themselves and still believe in themselves. After all this stuff that hurt them, all these nasty things people did to them, and they still are back. And not even that, they got a Four of Wands. Union, baby. Celebration. A milestone. How about that? So let's see who this union was with. We know a DM is going to come back to somebody, and they're going to, you know, bring an Ace of Cups. We've seen that in the last read. That is surrounded by a King of Swords in reverse and a Queen of Pentacles in reverse, seeing through this manipulation. So you have this Ten of Cups in reverse, showing that there's already, you know, something going on. They're in despair where they're at right now. They are not happy. So they're seeing these people for what they are, and then they're also seeing DF for who they are. So it's like these people actually did us a favor by doing all this. It almost like showcased us. And because of that, now we have a Four of Wands. So I'm cool with that. Can't get mad at a Four of Wands, brother. Let me tell you something. You get a Four of Wands, that's like getting like an ace or something. It's like getting like 2 aces, 4 aces. Nice hand you got there. Because Knight of Cups, because of the creativity that we exude, the, what is this? Hold on. Romantic, charming, imaginative, beautiful, knight in shining armor. This more is going to be not us, okay? But this will be our person that we're going to have this Four of Wands with now, because this person is going to be our knight in shining armor. And the Knight of Cups is usually somebody who is coming to do something, you know, romantic, to do something to make you, you know, believe in them again, make you believe in their love again, you know, somebody to do that. So that's why I would assume this would be a DM. This could also be, like I said, a high-level soulmate could be coming to you. So always keep that in mind. Do not just keep this energy. This is energy. Doesn't mean it's that person, okay? There could be divine energy that comes from another person that you're going to fall in love with. So remember that. It's not just this DM that we have is not the only person who carries divine masculine energy. We can find that energy elsewhere, and we will attract it, because we're divine feminine, and we don't chase, we attract, okay? So we're attracting a Knight of Cups. Four of Wands too, baby. So good. So far, so good. But then we got our counterpart on the other side, and the Ten of Cups in reverse with their, you know, their little Ozzy and Harriet group over there, and their little fucking whatever Emperor reverse people that, you know, got in their ear. They're not looking at those people. They're all both looking at each other fucked up. Each one of them's like, what does this one know? What does that one know? What does, you know what I mean? They're all thinking about stuff, so they'll all betray each other. The thing that's best part is that the main karmic energies, the Emperor in reverse and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, are going to now be disgusted with this DM, okay? Because of this Ten of Cups in reverse. They're going to be disgusted by them, because they're going to be like, wow, even your own, what's it called? If the DF don't want you, then what do you want? What do we want you for? And then that's when that person really wakes up, and then they're like, okay, then they make it, hopefully they get into this Knight of Cups energy and heal a little bit, and, you know, get together a Four of Wands. So that is what most people would hope, I would assume. But it's not like it matters. It does not matter, because remember, at the end of this whole journey, the DF wins no matter what. There is a win-win situation. You're getting your twin flame, divine counterpart, or your high-level soulmate. So it's like basically betting a football game, where you're like, all right, I know I could, either I could win 100,000, or I could win like, you know, 85,000. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, you're like, fucking, who cares? Like, I know I'm walking out as a winner. Now the DM, on the other hand, they have two options. They don't have a win-win. They have one, heal and reunite with their counterpart. Two, go to fucking hell, to never be seen or heard from again, because that is their options. Because, you know, there is no other way out of this. They're not just going to walk away from the situation and then become this other person and find this new counterpart. No, their whole life's going to be ruined, okay? This is what has to happen. They have to go through this. if they want to. And a lot of them may not want to go through this. So guys, don't feel, that's why you're going to have a soulmate, high-level soulmate anyway at the end. It's going to be somebody else, another counterpart that maybe their other side didn't, you know, disappointed, something like that. You know what I mean? It's like you're the replacement, but you'll still love that energy, trust me. So remember that you're going to win at the end. You bet no matter what. The twin flame, you win 100,000. If not, you're going to get an $85,000 what's it called, high-level soulmate. So whoever, go, whatever wins, you know, play your best, because Knight of Wands, brother, we got the energy. We're energetic, passionate, inspired action, adventure, fearless, impulsive. Actually, I'm going to shoot this to be in the DM, okay? Because if we have this, or whatever, high-level soul, either or, we have this Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands, moving fast here. Like, you know what I mean? This is a passionate person who is wanting to, you know, be our knight in shining armor. So this is somebody that either is our DM, or it's somebody that sees us and is like, oh my God, we love that person. Like, you know, so there's, you DFs, you have secret admirers. There's a lot of people, you don't understand how much people think about you. You know, you'd be shocked. You'd be like, wow, really? Like, I can't even believe that they pay that much attention to us. You know what I mean? Like, it won't seem like it, maybe through your views and your other stuff like that, but when you're out on the street, you glow. People see you. People turn, their heads turn. When you walk into a room, people turn around. It's the truth. It's the energy you bring to the table. Okay, so let's do a little mini recap, and I'll probably do like 1 or 2 more cards, keep this under a half hour. So we all know our DM is now, whatever they did to us, yes, they hurt us, they knocked us down, they, you know, made us feel sad, they went with other people, they chose things over us, but now all that means nothing, because they're in a 10 of Cups in reverse energy, where they're just not having a good time. You know, the people around them don't want to be around the people there, and the people around them don't want to be around them either. You know what I mean? So it's a mutual disgust situation where, like, they're both repulsed by each other. You know, on the karmic side, they feel like, wow, we can't even use you now to, like, get energy from the DF. So they're pissed about that, because they thought that was going to be, like, the easiest way to get the energy from the DF. Now that energy supply got cut off. Now they're going to try to get us through, like, karmic tarot. You know what I mean? Just nonsense like that. So it's just going to be, and this DF is just looking at this, seeing how ridiculous the DM's looking at these people in an awakened manner, because they see what's going on now. And they're like, wow, look at this. Like, look how they're acting towards this Queen of Cups that I knew all along was a Queen of Cups. And they're looking like for blood. And this guy, and they're just sitting over here. They shouldn't even be paying attention to him. But then this is how they learn. Okay, so then that is what is going to be like the aha moment. The light bulb goes on. It gets them into this, you know, energetic Knight of Wands state. Okay, they'll get, you know, passionate. They'll be inspired. They'll say, wow, look at our DF. Look what they came back from. Look, I could do this. You know, so then they get inspired by us. They can see, like, wow, look how hard they work. 7 of Pentacles. They were down and out. They didn't have nothing. And now look at them. Now look at them. You know, and then that's what they say. And then they get into this, wow, you know what? That's what I want to be. That's who I want to be with. This Knight of Cups energy. Bring knight in shining armor. So that's the way I look at it. And then come together for 4 months. But they have to be healed for that to happen. But they would be healed if they're going to be in a Knight of Cups and Knight of Wands energy. That means that they are at least healing. Okay, so we will give you a shot on that end of it. A healed DM, okay, we'll talk to you. A not healed DM, I'm sorry, come back later when you know you're more under control. That's all that has to be done. You cannot help a person that doesn't want to be helped when they are in an erratic state. There's nothing a person like that I could do for you that comes to me in a 10 of Cups in reverse energy wanting me to heal them. What am I going to do? What do you want me to do? You got to do this now. That's the whole point of this. It's you have to do this, DM. You have to go through this karmic people, and you have to do the right thing. You don't have to do it. Actually, you don't have to do the right thing. If you want to be with your DF, then you would do the right thing. If you don't, then you go to hell. So there's no way around it. And I'm not saying to go to hell because, like, I don't care. I wish the best. I'm praying for you to heal. I'm praying for everybody's DM to heal. And does this Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands energy to get us this Four of Cups, get this hardworking Queen of Cups, you know, their Four of Wands. So, you know, and everything is really all, you know, that's the negative, is a Ten of Cups reversed. This is what they are. So this person now, even better, okay, so now this is telling me everything. This person is healing. Or it still, like I said, could be a high level soulmate. So please don't think that this is like something, but we got a King of Pentacles here, brother. So this is exactly what we want our DM to be. This is who we want them to be. This is what the Queen of Cups energy is most attracted to, is this energy. King of Pentacles in the upright. And they know that. Our DM knows that that is. You know, we don't, King of Swords, King of Wands, we don't flow with that. This is who we like. This is who we look up to, okay? We look to this person for things, you know what I mean? Not that they're any better than us, but that energy is for, that is our safety. Like, that's when we know we got this guy at our back. So we know we got a King of Pentacles that is very energetic, passionate, fearless, looking for adventure, in the Knight of Cups energy to be a knight in shining armor. For this hardworking Queen of Cups, that Seven Pentacles worked their butt off, started from the bottom, now we're here, so they could have this Four of Wands. Okay, so we know we got the King of Pentacles coming here. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know this has to be our DM. It has to be somebody's DM. It has to be, because look what is all coming from it. Started with the Ten of Cups in reverse. Seen through the bullshit, seen how it wasn't about them, seen how it was all about the DF, seen how the karmic energies really are, seen that they didn't want to be like that. Maybe just spiritually awoke, and then they became this, you know, Knight of Wands and Knight of Cups and King of Pentacles. I mean, it's not impossible, guys. Trust me, it's not. They don't got to go to like rehab or something. Like, they just, if they wake up, and they're a different person. Trust me. So they'll be fine if they're like this. If this is our DM. Let's do one more. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So this is going to be, somebody now is going to come to them and try to present them with the stop this King of Pentacles. Will be one of those people, because now the karmic, just because the karmic energy is not happy with the DM doesn't mean that they're going to just let them come here, okay? They're still going to find a way to stop this, and how they're going to do that is with this Nine of Pentacles in reverse, by still portraying themselves as a false sense of success, like they're still the ones that you're not going to leave behind, that this Queen of Pentacles or whoever this DF is that this, you don't want to do this with them. They are going to project this Nine of Pentacles, this false sense of success, so this King of Pentacles perhaps gets, you know, cold feet and says, oh, I don't know if I want to leave this for that. And make sure they're going to make it seem like it's a big, huge risk. Like, you're going to lose everything if you go there. So this person has to overcome this fear. This is not a difficult fear. I already told you. We already got 10 of Cups. That's going to, all we need to build a 10 of Pentacles, okay? It's coming. So this is what they're going to project at you, DM. So that is something to keep in account. And I guess I'll just do one more, see where the end result. Look, the devil again, this scumbag watching. He's always watching, man. Fuck out of here. So now we know that that's you. You're over here projecting this bullshit to make them feel like second-guess themselves. Second-guess this energy. You want to bring them back to this. But they're going to see through that, though. They're going to say, oh, so you want me to come back to this? This is what the fuck this is how they're going to beat you. Because this person, somebody's going to come here with a false sense. They're going to say, oh, this is what you want me to go back to? Tell me why. Why would I pick this over a Four of Wands? Why would I do that? That's what they're going to ask this person, and the person's going to not know what to say, and it's just they're going to leave. It might just turn into a big fight, and something happens, and they never talk to that person again. Basically, what's going to happen? That's going to raise their energy. That's going to be the thing that gets them to that, like, brings them back. Because right now they're dead weight. They are lifeless right now. They don't have our energy or the karmic energy, because there's a fear of change with this person. Tower reverse. They are putting off the inevitable now. Okay, so now we know these are the challenge positions of this King of Pentacles. They're scared. Or this could, like I said, this could be a high-level soulmate, and this is just our counterpart over there, still scared while this person's coming over. They might not, your counterpart, your DM, may never ever, they may actually rather go through this than to apologize. That's how much ego some of these people have. They would rather be in this than apologize and be in a Four of Wands with you. So be happy that you don't even have somebody like that. Be happy. Okay, that's the way I'm looking at it. If our DM doesn't come back to us, or you have to look at it from the point of view, you don't want them anyway. Who would want the person that would want to stay in this? They'd rather choose to stay in this unhappy situation, this 10 of Cups in reverse situation, than be in a Four of Wands, a fucking union with you. So that tells me everything I need to know about them, so they could go fuck themselves if that's what they choose. So you want to hold on. This is the inevitable here. You're holding on to the inevitable with the fake success. Okay, you're like, you feel like you're gonna lose something if you go towards this DF. You feel like you're gonna, so you got to put it off. But that's just what you did. This has already been done. This has already been done. Okay, so now that is why us as DFs are walking away, and we're fine with it, because we thought about it, got to a point, we don't want to be with this. This is what we're telling. We don't want to be with this. We don't want somebody coming over here like this. We don't care who you are. We know that it's not you. We're not in love with you. We're in love with the divine masculine energy, not you, person. Okay, so if you want to be this King of Pentacles, then I suggest you step up, do the right thing, get that energy up with this Knight of Wands, because you have this energy, and the Knight of Cups, and be this DF's princess, this Knight in shining armor. We don't need you to save us. We just want what we're supposed to have, and that is you as a King of Pentacles. You are supposed to be our King of Pentacles. And if you cannot be our King of Pentacles, then somebody else will be. Okay, so that is why the DF will win no matter what. That is why there's nothing to worry about. What could you possibly complain about when you're going to win no matter what? It's like you got the game fixed. We got the game fixed. We're going to get a King of Pentacles, whether it's our divine counterpart or whether it's a high-level soulmate. Perhaps maybe a twin ray. I don't know. So believe it, okay? It's coming. So this is why I believe that the DM will get themselves to this point, because I know that they are realizing that it's either now or never, and they realize that if they lose this DF, then they don't have nothing no more. They're not going to have nothing. They're going to probably, something bad's going to happen. So that's why I believe they'll do the right thing. So guys, don't worry about it. You're going to get a King of Pentacles no matter what. So have a great day. Bye.